How's everyone doing? It's Chris Burns again from the Heart Center. The Heart Center, as we know now, is a place of being, it's a way of life, it's the way you carry yourself throughout your everyday and how you treat other people. It's also in the process of becoming a center where people can go to learn things from meditations to metaphysics to knowledge about astrology to reading, writing, and math. It's going to be a place of complete human development and human potential, really striving to be all that we are here to be. And today, I want to talk to you just about a little bit about my journey and what's been going on the past week, 3 weeks, and where I've been and what's been going on, and also a little bit about manifestation and how that's been a key component to my success in my life so far. And so that light that you see up there, my electricity has been out for the past 3 weeks, like I said, and I have literally been sitting in the dark, and without any power. I had to, use the hallway outlet to plug in my phone and charge it and kind of just keep my head above water and stay afloat. And it's interesting because many people face these things, and they call it trials, they call it problems or issues. And what I realized, sitting in the dark, literally sitting over there in my chair in the kitchen, and I realized that no matter what, as long as we're in this reality, as long as we're in this existence, there is going to be pain, and there is going to be things that make us feel uncomfortable. There are going to be people that we don't like. There's going to be circumstances and situations that drive us crazy, that we don't know why it's happening. And that's beautiful, because within that there's richness, there's growth. There's something that we are supposed to remember about who we truly are, about the divine beings that we are incarnated here on earth at this time. And so as I sat in the dark these past weeks, I've had a lot of time to just reflect, meditate, and really dig deep into who I am and who I'm going. And I'm in the process of opening up my coaching and mentoring services, and that's something you can find information about on Facebook, on Instagram. I'm also on Tumblr, and that's something that we can cover maybe in another video. But right now, I just want to keep the focus on working through these things, some call it the void, and these dark phases. And again, what I found is that there's a lot of richness and depth in the dark. And it's our attitude that changes the outcome. It's our thoughts that change how we view the situation. And so when my electric went out, I could have taken the mindset and just said, oh, that's it, I'm done, I can't make any more videos, I can't go to work, it's over, Chris's life is done. Oh no. And that's not what I did. I sat there for a moment and thought about what's going on and how can I make the most out of this situation, and how can I become a better human being in this process. And I really began coaching myself and mentoring myself through it and allowing myself to feel the emotions that were coming up. And what came up for me was, this is my time. This is our time. This is the launching point that we all have been looking for and waiting for. There's something going on a very big scale that we're all a part of. And as I sat there and thought about it, I realized that your role is just as big as mine. My reason for being here is because you're here. And the things I coach and mentor on are, manifesting and truly creating your reality and taking control of your life, and not letting there be any excuses whatsoever for the things you're going through. and really start to change your mind about what's being presented into your life. What is there that you can learn from, that you can grow from? If you, when you sit in the dark, you don't, there's no TV. I don't watch TV much anyways. I don't have cable. But no PlayStation, no TV. You got to go somewhere else to charge your phone, whatever have you. And you have time to think. You have time to sit in complete darkness and silence and think. And there is so much creativity, so much beauty, so much raw energy, untapped potential in the dark. The darkness is the prenatal birth before light. The darkness houses all the potentials of thoughts unmanifested. The light then shines on the dark so you can see what it is that's being created in this space. And so I didn't have, a lot of money. I didn't have a lot of help. And I started to think, my thoughts were at first, wow, this is a horrible situation. What am I going to do? I can't have any company. I can't do the things I want. And so what I started to do is I started to manifest. And I started to meditate on what it is I desired. Not what I wanted, what I desired, what my heart was yearning for. And I'm a firm believer that everything already exists. It's only a matter of tapping into that potential and matching that vibration of what you want to experience. And the way you do that is by controlling your thoughts. Excuse me. And being aware of, what thoughts are entering and what thoughts you're allowing to stay there and what thoughts you focus on. And so I really put a strong focus onto getting assistance and getting help. And through this process, I learned that I was afraid to ask for help. I was afraid to be vulnerable. I was scared to say, Chris doesn't have all the answers. Who's going to help me? Now, there was people out there who were willing to help. But at first, I was stubborn. I said, no, I'm a man. I can do this. It's up to me now, right? How guys like to get all, egotistical, and we don't like to ask for help, and, maybe women, for that matter too. But this is something that I had to face because I didn't have the financial income at the moment to, have things the way I wanted to be exactly. And so I had to take a step back and say, what is here for me to uncover and to grow from and to learn from and to evolve into a higher state of being? And I was asking for help. I don't want out. I appreciate the people who are there and who are willing. But it wasn't easy, and so I had to put my ego aside. I had to put my thoughts, my emotions, and my feelings to the back burner and really allow myself to be vulnerable and be honest and real and say, I don't have the answers right now. And so I reached out to a lot of people, and I reached out to some different agencies, and I reached out to some friends, and what I found was a group of people who have truly impacted, changed my life in such a profound way. And I don't know if they will ever know how much they have shown and how much they have provided for me. Not only did they help me financially, but the finances were only a small part. They were only the little, they were a byproduct behind the message that they were giving me and the information they were sharing with me about asking for help and being vulnerable and being okay to allow yourself to know that you don't have all the answers. And one of my really good friends, he told me, he said, energy goes back and forth. Okay, it's a dance essentially. It goes and it leaves and it comes back and it's flowing. It flows. And the giver starts the transfer of that energy. Okay, so when you give somebody something, I don't care if it's some money, a hug, anything, any act of giving, you are sending energy from you to them or to it. Okay? And so with this act of giving, the receiver has to be in a state of mind, in a place to be able to receive that which is being given. And when the receiver says, no, I can't accept your help, I can't accept your gift, I can't accept your love, they cut it off. They stop the energy flow. And so there's this stagnant, this dormant energy that's just running up against this wall over and over. It can't really go anywhere. And eventually it's going to find, its way around and it is going to get somewhere. But there is this energy block that happens whenever you are not able to receive. Once you truly learn how to receive, then you can actually give. And once you understand that as you're giving and receiving, you are allowing the love and the energy to flow fluidly between and through. And so the lesson here was for me to become a receiver. I was so used to helping people and going out of my way to open doors and to make sure I smile at people and make sure people are having a great day. This has been my life, is to help and to love and to give all of me to you, to whoever it is. But I was not a good receiver. I didn't know how to take compliments. People would say, you have a great smile, you have great charisma, whatever it was, nice shirt. I would be the guy who was like, yeah, thanks, like awkward smile, I don't really know, like, thank you, was that a compliment? And just make it really make it really weird, And I don't mean weird like in a negative way, but like really twisted and uncomfortable. And this is what I was taught, sitting in the dark, that I'm not a good receiver. I'm a great giver. I will give you all I have and more. But my ability to receive truly blocked a lot of energy and a lot of blessings that were trying to come my way. And so I was put in a situation where I had no choice but to ask for help and to receive. Because guess what? If I didn't receive, I was sleeping outside of my car, I was under a tree, whatever have you. And that is such a powerful and a beautiful thing whenever you can allow that energy to flow between you and someone else. Because when you give to someone, you are receiving. You are receiving. Your brain doesn't know the difference between receiving and giving. It knows the act of giving, but it understands it on a level of you being the receiver. And so as I give something to you, my body that's why we feel good. That's why those, the serotonin and all those happy chemicals are released in our brain, because whenever we give to others, it makes us feel good. There's this feeling of completeness, of joy, and you're like, yeah, I'm a nice guy, or I'm a nice lady. I just gave to you. And so a lot of us, myself for sure, did not know how to receive. And maybe I can even take it a step further and say I didn't even know how to receive love. Whenever people treated me kindly or something, I always appreciated it. I always acknowledged it. But my ability to truly feel that and truly accept it and be okay with it is what was missing. I had this guilty something like, oh, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough to receive this gift that you're giving me. You must be looking for someone else because I'm not him. I'm not good enough for this. So, I see you're trying to give me $1,000, a brand new car, take me to some awesome meditations, but I'm going to say no because I feel bad, because I don't want to put you at an inconvenience. And I know that I know that I know I am not the only one who feels like this. We get in these situations and people are trying to help us, and we're praying, and we're saying our mantras, we're meditating, and we're outside and we're on the phone, and we're at church and we're saying, I need so much help. If someone could just help me, like, God, just give me a miracle, whatever it is. And then all of a sudden someone comes by, someone you least expect, and this is why it throws you off guard. And someone says, hey, I can help you out. I have some money saved up. I can loan you a few bucks. And what do you say? I know what I said. I said, no, I don't. No, that's okay. I don't want to inconvenience you. You're saving that for something special. You're saving that to help someone else out. You know what I mean? That's your money, or this is your life. Don't worry about me. I can do it. I love it. I'm laughing because this is so real to me. This is so, I'm telling you, sitting in this dark has truly opened my eyes to a whole new level. And so you say to this person, I said to this person, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm all set. I'm all set? You're all set? What do you mean you're all set? You know what I mean? And we pray. And someone comes along and we're not even ready for it. We're not open to it. Isn't that amazing? Because in our minds, we have this fixed mindset, this idea that the help is supposed to look like this. It's supposed to come from this person at this time in this type of way. Human beings are hilarious. The way we process and how we just go about life and kind of, have this fixed idea about how everything works, and then if it doesn't fit into that box, oh, nope, that's not it. That's not what I was looking for. No, man. When you ask for help, you're going to get it. Hands down. Ask and you shall receive. The trick is, are you going to be ready to receive? And so I'm going to tell you what happened to me. I was sitting in the dark. I got on the phone with some agencies to get some help, and I didn't have it, man. I didn't have the finances to get everything situated the way I wanted to. And as reluctant as I was, I reached out and I said, I need help. Please help me. With all my fears of rejection, of feeling like I'm not a man, with all my fears and all my insecurities, all my worries about someone looking at me and thinking I'm lesser than they are because I didn't have it all together, and I asked for help. And this is what happened. This is what I was given. I was given enough money to get my electric turned back on, to buy groceries, and to do some other, things that I just needed to live. And this came from outside sources, from individuals who cared enough about me and cared enough about them and understood the spiritual principle laws of give and you shall receive. They gave to me in a time of need. They said, I see you, I'm here for you. I had no choice but to receive. And in turn, receiving continues the energy. It continues the dance, the flow of love, of life. You know, the sun gives, and gives. Yet it has its internal system. It continuously burns fuel, right? It burns itself up so that it may heat things around it, heat the plants, animals, you and I, right? And we can ask ourselves, okay, well, what's the sun receiving? What's the sun receiving while it's giving off, all this heat and everything and keeping us warm? In return, the sun as an entity, not as a star, but just I'm talking energetically right now. We allow the energy to continue to flow, and the plants grow, and the animals eat the plants, and then other animals eat the animals, and some humans eat the animals, and life is circling. The circle of life. Lion King. I know you know Lion King. And so that's what I'm trying to tell you, is to continue the energy flow. Be an amazing receiver. Be an amazing giver. Understand the universal principles of give and receive. I didn't say give and take. Take is different than receive. If I take something from you, you are not getting it back. I took it. It is now mine. But when you understand that we are all connected by love in a divine way, in a divine union, in a commitment to each other, to ourselves, I can't take anything from you. Because as you give, you have already received. I am you. You are me. And thus the dance continues. The energy flows. I give you, you receive. You give me, I receive. And so I want to talk about another thing too that I've learned, and it's my ability to manifest. Our ability to manifest. Our God-given, innate, divine, creative energy to manifest. And what is manifestation? Is manifestation creating something out of nothing? Is manifestation allowing yourself to perceive what has always been here? This apartment, this place that, I'm staying in right now, I manifested this. And this is probably one of my favorite stories, one of my favorite things that has ever happened to me, because it showed me the power and the potential it showed me the power and the potential that we all possess. And so much of our lives we spend praying and waiting and wishing and twiddling our fingers and waiting for the right situation, the right time, when the answer is here and here. You are what you've been waiting for. You are the creator. You are the creator, point blank period, of your reality. And it all starts with your thoughts, with the energy you give out. Remember, if you're giving, you are also receiving. So if you're giving out low vibrational energy, that is what you're going to receive. And this goes for manifesting. So I'll jump into the story here. About 6 months ago or so, I was living, in a different area, and I knew that I wasn't going to be staying there for much longer. And I knew that I needed to find a different lifestyle for me, something that could be conducive to who I am and for those around me. And I didn't know what that would be like. I didn't know what that would feel like. I just kind of knew that there was a change that needed to occur so I could stay true to myself and continue on this path. And one day I just started drawing, and I do some art. I'm not the greatest artist, but it's something I like to do. I just started drawing, and I didn't know what I was drawing, but I just started drawing some evergreen trees, some pine trees, and then I drew this awesome, beautiful Picasso-like lake underneath the pine trees, and I drew a little waterfall over in the corner of the picture, and the sun up in the corner of the sky. And I tucked it away, and I didn't really think much about it. I just kind of, let it go. It was just, oh, cool, whatever. It was another drawing. And so I actually was sleeping on my friend's couch, and I wasn't, again, I didn't have my own place. I was going through a transition. I had just gotten out of school, and things weren't bad, but they could have been better, if that makes sense. I was in a good place, but I wasn't where I wanted to be. I don't like spending time on my friend's couch. I'd rather have my own spot, kind of deal. And so, although I was very grateful to that individual who helped me out, but I was, really, really focusing on what it is that I desired in my life. And so I got online and I looked up some apartments, and this is what I did. This is very, very important. I looked up 3 apartments, and I wrote down on my phone apartments that I have. Not apartments that I want, not apartments that I need, apartments that I have. 3 of them. And did I have those apartments? And in a sense I did, but were they physically manifested in front of me at that point in time? No. I'm a firm believer that everything does exist. If you can think it, it exists. It's whether or not how real, how much energy do you feed into it to make it become, to manifest it, to truly bring it to life. It's a physical form. But it is out there. Remember, the darkness is a void of great potential. It's up to you to bring out that potential and to manifest it. And so here I am with these 3 apartments, writing down apartments that I have. And I actually got a call from one of the landlords, went and checked it out. It was a nice spot. It was about half hour away from work. It wasn't bad, okay, but something was off about it. It wasn't what I was looking for. So another landlord called me up, and he says, hey, you can come check it out. I'm here. I'm going to be here whatever day it was. Hopped in my car, drove on down there, and what happened was amazing. As I was driving, I drive past this row of beautiful evergreen trees, the tall pine trees that look like Christmas trees, but they stand in the middle of town square, and they have all the Christmas lights. Those trees, man, the really beautiful trees, okay? And as I'm looking, I see this huge lake, and I'm like, wow, that is absolutely gorgeous. Like, this is beautiful. And then I see up in the corner of the sky the sun, and I'm like thinking to myself, okay, this is familiar. I feel like I've been here before. I get to the apartment, I step foot in the door, and this feeling hits me. And then I remember a few months back to that feeling that I desired to have this place. And as I was meditating back then, what I did was hold on to the feeling of what it feels like to be in that space. I didn't know exactly what it would look like, but I knew I wanted it to have a fireplace, which was an interesting thing. But I knew the feeling, and this is why feelings are so important, and this is one of my secrets to manifesting, is truly holding that feeling of what it is you desire. It's not always just seeing the image and then, okay, I can imagine it, I see it. No, you got to draw the energy from that void. When you close your eyes, what do you see? You see darkness for the first few minutes. That's the creative potential I'm talking about. That's what you got to tap into and pull out that energy. Okay? And this is what happened. I stepped foot in the apartment. I was like, wow, this is really familiar. I started to unpack my stuff, and I came across the picture that I had drew months ago. Before I even knew this place even existed. I didn't even know this place existed. And I'm going to show you the picture right now that I drew. And every single morning I wake up and I want to go into town or, go for a road trip or whatever it is. I drive past the beautiful row of trees, a beautiful lake, the sun up in the corner of the sky. You probably ask me what happened to the waterfall. I went on a little hike. I found a waterfall. My apartment has a fireplace right there. This is manifesting. This is tapping into that raw potential. This is holding on to the image, the feeling, the desire of what it is you wish to experience. Letting that permeate your being, feeling it, trusting it, and knowing that it already exists. The way you match the vibration, the way you change realities, the way you draw it to you is through your thoughts. Your thoughts are the link. Your thoughts are the wavelengths. You send out electromagnetic impulses from your heart. Your heart is actually your second brain, if not your first brain. Your heart knows. This is why, the heart was so important in the ancient times. If you've seen Indiana Jones, he ripped out his heart, blah blah blah, all that stuff. That all means something. That's all very symbolic. Why not rip out his brain? He ripped out his heart. The heart is very significant, and it sends out electromagnetic impulses into what some call the field. And then these impulses and this electricity flies around and then links up and matches other particles and maybe even in the quantum realm. For those of you who've done your research on quantum physics, this will make a lot of sense to you. And then they literally link up until they take physical form, and the vibration is then raised by the force that's being exerted from you and your thoughts and your intentions. Your intentions are actually, they can be measured within your brain. Whenever your synapses are firing back and forth, there's electricity between those two little synapses. And whenever this electricity goes through you, one of the greatest conductors of electricity is water, right? I know I'm going on a tangent. I'll get back to my apartment and manifesting. It's all going to connect. Everything comes full circle. So your body's 70 to 80, maybe 90% water, right? Electricity runs through us, okay? So whenever you send those thoughts out, people call that vibration. When I'm talking, my voice box is vibrating. It's sending out energy. That's how you can hear me right now, okay? The light rays, you can see me. That's energy. Your thoughts also send out your energy. You are an antenna. And your thoughts are the radio frequency. The dial is your intention. So you change your intention, you turn the little knob on the radio, right? And then you push go, and it goes out. Collects with like-minded thoughts, like energies attract like energies, and boom, you have what we call manifestation. And so as I sat in my apartment, the old apartment, months ago, I was sending the signal out to the universe. And the universe only says yes. So if you're sending negative thoughts out, boom, yes, here you go. You give and you receive. And so this is a product of manifestation, this place that I'm staying in right now. And I just want to take the time to show you the picture that I drew months ago. Took it from the void in my mind, from that dark space when you close your eyes, and then imagine, and then feel, and then trust, live, and then become. Took it from that place, wrote it down, drew it, unknowingly. Okay? So, I don't know how well you can see this. Let me try to fix the camera here for you. But you have the row of trees, right? Then you have the lake. If I scoot it back like this, does that make a lick? Can you see a little bit better now? That's okay if you can't see it. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, I drew the mountains. There are also some mountains. Then you have the row of trees, right? And then you have the lake, the water that I drew, and then the waterfall. You see? So I had drew this prior to where I'm staying now. And I will see the same exact thing every single time I leave this place. I will drive past that. That's called being in control of your reality. That's called being a giver, and in my circumstances, learning to be a receiver. We are here to love each other. There's going to be pain. You can't escape it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I don't want to call it pain. There's going to be things that you face that push you to greater and higher versions of yourself. It's up to you to call those things good, bad, or an experience. You can buckle, or you can grow and become the grandest version of yourself. Something that'll make that transition a little bit easier for you is manifesting. Is learning how to control your thoughts, how to direct your intention, how to send your energy in a positive direction so you know you're going to receive that back. All of our existence is based on how we perceive the world. And so, if you can change a thought, one thought a day, between something as simple as it's raining outside, therefore today's a crappy day, I'm down, I'm tired, versus, wow, it's raining outside. That means the plants are going to grow. That means there is richness. That means there's life. That means there's water. If you can learn to dance in the rain and you can see the beauty in all that is will begin to express itself through you as the beauty. This existence isn't about getting rid of the pain. It's not about getting rid of the rain. It's not about sitting in the dark. It's about how you take what you're given, what you perceive, and living from the heart. Treating this existence with the utmost respect. Treating yourself with the utmost respect. Loving yourself before you love anyone or anything else. Because as you love yourself is the ability and to the extent you have to love another. Knowing that you are not the victim, but you are the victor, also leads to self-love. Knowing that no matter what circumstance, you have the ability to change it. I'm telling you right now, I'm a living proof that you have to change whatever circumstance you want. Whether it's sitting in the dark, whether it's not being financially stable, whether it's a bad relationship that you want to get out of, that you want to fix, that you want to transmute to a more spiritual way of life. You can do that. There is no limits. The sky is not the limit. The sky is just a check mark, a checkbox to say, yeah, I made it this far so far. Now how much farther are you going to go? This life is beautiful, man. I'm telling you all right now. Learn to live from your heart. Learn to love with intent. Learn to be love. Don't let your thoughts control you. Control your thoughts. This is my message to you from the Heart Center. I'm here for you. I am going to open up my mentoring services very soon as an intuitive transition and transformational mentor, helping you move from fear to love. Going through times of personal transition and personal transformation is hard. It really is. I don't want to do it alone. I've done it alone. And I've learned that I'm not here to do anything alone. And I don't want to see you go through your life feeling like no one's there for you. No one's willing to give to you. And you're not willing to receive. So I am here for you. I would love to work with you, and we can set up a time. We can talk via phone. We can do videos, whatever have you. But my services are for you, and they're here. You can email me at chrisburnscoaching@gmail.com. Also find me on Facebook under Chris Burns, or the email cmac23d@gmail.com. My Instagram is The Unseen Mover. And my Tumblr is The Awakened One. I love you all, and I'm so glad that I got to share this moment with you. Don't be afraid of the dark. The dark is there for you to utilize its potential. There cannot be any light until there is first dark. Let me help you and serve you in manifesting the life that you want to live, that you desire to live. Let's do this together. Let me give to you, and you receive. All in the same time, your receiving is only giving to me. And the circle of love is complete. Namaste, in the true sense of the word. I know I'm going to hear from you soon. I'm excited. This is a very exciting time for me, for the Heart Center, and for everyone who is involved right now. I look to hear from you soon. I will speak with you soon. You are in my thoughts and my prayers and my meditations, and so it is, and so it shall be.